Welcome everyone. I'm Johan Andersson, Product Manager for Lime CRM. Last Christmas, we released AI agents in Lime CRM. They work in the background, handling the repetitive steps that used to eat up your time. Think of them as digital employees that quietly remove everyday friction. The key value the AI agents bring is efficiency. But here's the thing, what about you, the user? You're the one creating those extraordinary customer journeys. You're the most important player in the whole system. Therefore, today, we are announcing AI Assist. AI Assist is your companion inside Lime CRM. It's always there, accessible from anywhere in the system, always ready to help. No matter if you need a quick insight, guidance on how to do something, or just a faster way to get things done. So if AI agents are the digital employees working behind the scenes, AI Assist is the colleague sitting right next to you. Let me show you what that looks like in practice.
So before starting off, I would like to repeat the 4 main values that we see that AI brings and can bring into Lime CRM. So first off, efficiency, saving time by reducing administrative work. Then we have mastery, which is like getting help to perform work tasks in a much better way. Ease of use, which is making the user-bound processes in Lime CRM simpler and faster. And finally, insights. Actually getting the real value out from all the data I have in Lime CRM to make smarter decisions and work more efficiently. And we strongly believe that this can be utilized through the whole customer journey, from attracting new lead, winning deals and getting the new customers you deserve, execute and deliver one projects, helping your existing customers and improving your customer relations, and finally finding ways to let your existing customer relations continue to grow and avoid churn. And those of you who attended the AI agent webinar half a year ago might recognize the demo case I have chosen to better exemplify the values. It's called Java Journeys, the company. It's a fictive company, and they sell and lease and service coffee machines and equipment. They offer coffee bean subscriptions for cafes, hotels, and offices. So that's their primary customers. They are active on the European market, but with a primary focus on the Nordic countries and Benelux. So in this demo now, I will step into 3 different roles at Java Journeys: a customer service agent, a sales rep, and a marketer, and show you how AI Assist supports each of them through a typical workday. Okay, let's kick off. Inside Lime CRM, I find AI Assist through the Ask AI icon on the left side in the dock, and it opens up a chat panel on the right side. So let's see what it already knows. I ask, who are you and what can you help me with? Fire off the message. It takes a few seconds before providing an answer, but then a few things worth noticing in the answer is it knows who I am, where I work, and what processes we use at Java Journeys. It also seems to know what I'm looking at right now. I'm on the lead start page, and it has already pulled the numbers that matter. So it's not just an assistant waiting for instructions. It seems to be already oriented in my world. So let's start the workday then. And first up, I'm a customer service agent. And this ticket that I open up now is the kind of ticket that I'd rather not pick up the first thing I do in the morning. It has been handed over to me, but it has been open for a long time, and there's a lot of history, and I have little to no context at all. So normally this means reading through everything from the top to the bottom and figure out what's actually going on. Let me take some help from AI and Assist instead. So I write here, what's actually going on with this ticket? It seems to be left open for a long time with a lot of notes. Give me a short summary and suggest what to do. And I send it. And this time, you see, it needs to look up all the data before answering. Working a little bit, getting tickets and conversations. But in just a few seconds, I hopefully have the whole story here, what has happened. And it seems like the customer confirmed it that the machine was working already by the end of September. And it tells me that the ticket has been fully resolved for quite some time, but was just never formally closed. And the recommendation is pretty straightforward. Close it. And yeah, our friend here has even drafted a solution summary text I can use. So let me do exactly that. I close the ticket and paste this summary and save. So yeah, a ticket cleared in under a minute, maybe a bit optimistic, but a solution summary also added that future agents can learn from. And for me as a customer service agent, this is the real difference between starting a shift fresh and starting it behind. So great work so far. So next use case, and I'm still in the customer service agent role, but it's a different ticket. It's a customer who seems to have found something that looks like a stone among their coffee beans they ordered. Ouch. This one's a more routine though. It's a question we have answered several times, and I know we have a knowledge article for it, so I just want help to send a good reply quickly without spending too much time on the exact wording. So I write here, help me write a reply to the customer on this ticket based on the matching knowledge article, and send it away. It thinks for some times and get the context, and it then provides me the reply. So here's the draft, grounded in the right knowledge article, addressed to Katarina, written in the tone we use with customers, and I can then read it, tweak it if I want, and send. But look also at what AI Assist added to the bottom. It's not just drafting, it's also looking around the draft. It's pointing to an internal note in another knowledge article that says we should always ask for the batch number on these, which is something I would have missed. But that's the difference, I would say, between an AI that just finishes sentences and an AI that helps you handle a situation. Before I send, I'm curious, is this an isolated thing or is it something going on with our bean quality? So I ask again, great, have we seen this issue before? And here's the answer I didn't expect. Yes, we have had stones in bean deliveries before, but one of them was reported just 3 days ago. So 2 complaints in under a week. And this rare occurrence framing in the knowledge article might not actually fit this situation. So AI Assist is flagging that. And this is what a senior colleague would do. Help me draft a reply, but also tell me when not to send just a standard one. Time to switch hats. And I'm a sales rep now with a discovery call in 15 minutes with a cafe in Antwerp. And I want to walk in prepared, knowing what we already understand about them and what I still need to find out. So I type here, I have a discovery call with a cafe in Antwerp in 15 minutes. What do we know about them and what qualification gap should I close? And before AI Assist even gets to the brief, look at this. It spotted that we have 2 records for Sips Cafe in Antwerp. It's likely a duplicate, one owned by me, one by a colleague with no address details, but it's prioritizing mine, of course, for the call and flagging the cleanup for afterwards. So that's kind of real CRM data hygiene happening on the way past here. And now to the brief itself. Notice that it's just not pulling up the company record, it's organizing what it found around our actual qualification framework, the BANT plus N framework, and it's marking what's already covered. Authority has a green check mark since we know Natalie is the decision maker, and everything else is listed as a gap I should close on the call. And it's already reading the signals here. Natalie mentioned in her reply that she's considering a second machine, and AI Assist is reframing that as a natural opening for my conversation with her. So, capacity versus upgrading. And for me as a sales rep, this is the real difference between a CRM that just stores data and a CRM that thinks alongside me. Now I want to dig into something AI Assist can do that goes beyond just looking things up. I want to get better at my job as a sales rep. So I ask it, look at my closed won deals from the last 12 months. What did the winning discoveries have in common? It explains its reasoning and interpretation of the question, which allows me to correct it if needed. And it pulls my 8 wins and then does the part I'd never sit down to do myself. It analyzes the patterns across them. So look at first pattern. Pain from a previous supplier or an undersized setup was a trigger in 6 of 8 deals. It is specific. Also, Cafe Kvarnen and Cafe Code went 11 days without a working machine. Brewhouse Collective had a 2 week delivery delay with their previous supplier. And these aren't just categories. This is the AI reading the actual discovery notes. So here's the punchline. Service and support was the deciding factor in 5 out of 8 wins, and only 2 deals were actually about price. So my recommendation set is clear here. Lead discovery with what went wrong before and anchor proposals on uptime and SLA rather than on price. So notice here also that the same advice AI Assist gave me for the discovery call a moment ago comes back here. It's not a coincidence. It's the AI working from the same understanding of our business across every prompt I give it. Switching roles again, and now I'm a marketer, and I want to know which segment converted best from our last trade show, cafes, offices, or hotels, and how did the Nordics compare to Benelux? And this is the question, the kind of question that usually requires a Lime BI dashboard or similar, and nothing wrong, of course, with Lime BI, but sometimes you just want a quick analysis on demand. And it seems to have found the campaign and looking at the conversion and the deals and actual statuses. And here it is. The last trade show was Horeca Expo in Amsterdam with 22 leads. Out of them, 17 became deals. And the story is striking here that hotels converted at 40%, cafes at 14%, and offices at 0. So Benelux outperformed the Nordics on win rate and on total value. And AI Assist actually notes the obvious once you see it explanation here that, the show was held in Amsterdam. So that's why Benelux performed better. But the thing I'd actually take to my next team meeting is a bit buried in the caveats here. None of these Horeca leads were qualified as hot or medium when they came in. They were all cold. And yet 6 of them actually became won deals. That's a signal that our lead qualification model might be a bit miscalibrated for trade show traffic, which is exactly the kind of thing a marketer should care about and would be hard to see in just a BI dashboard. So I asked for segment and geography, but I also got a heads up that one of our processes might be a bit broken here. And for me, that's conversational analytics really bringing insights. In this next example, I'm still in the marketer's chair, but working with a different campaign, and I want to figure out which leads to follow up from it. So, all right, we have been running a nurture campaign for cold cafe leads, which recipients have shown re-engagement signals that we should flag for manual outreach. And it needs to look up a lot of things. There are quite a few Lime types involved here in the campaign, the leads, the emails that have been sent out, and so on. Seem to have found the campaign at least. And looking at the counts. And here it is. And the output here is tiered. 6 contacts marked high priority that should be reached out to in person now. Then we have the medium priority ones with multiple opens but no clicks yet, which should be marked, or could just have a light touch. And then the no engagement ones, which we can leave in nurture as is. Then look at the recommended next steps. For the high priority group, personal outreach with the goal to book a discovery call. For medium priority, just a check-in email tailored to these cafe personas. These rules that it suggests exists in our marketing playbook since before, but now it's being applied automatically against live data. So we're not just getting the insights, but we also get concrete tips on that always important next step. So in the final example here, I'm back as a customer service agent looking for insights, and Java Journeys has a policy that says that accounts with multiple recent tickets should be reviewed for churn risk. So let me just ask AI Assist directly if that's the case. Which accounts have had multiple tickets in the last 60 days? Are any of them showing churn signals? And it thinks for a while, which is good. Looks up some history notes and some tickets for the last 60 days. And it seems to have found some examples. Watch what's happening here. It's not just listing accounts with multiple tickets, it's actually looking at the history behind each one. So, for example, Pennypacker and Son has had the same machine issue 3 times now, with frustration sentiment logged on 2 of them. That's the strongest churn signal for sure. Brewhouse Collective had 2 high priority water leak tickets on the same machine within 30 minutes, which is just classic hardware reliability problem. And Coffee Hook looks alarming until you actually read it. 2 tickets that are probably just the same training request logged twice. So, which is engagement, not churn risk, right? So again, our digital coworker here is grounding its recommendations in our company's own process. That, we should consider a machine replacement conversation for Pennypacker, for example. And this kind of analysis could easily take a senior colleague an hour with the correct data to produce. And I just asked the question. And that's the through line of this demo, that AI Assist isn't just a tool that answers questions faster. It's a colleague that reads our playbook, knows our customers, and helps each person in the team to do their best work.
So that is AI Assist. I hope this gave you a good sense of what is coming and how it can help you in your day-to-day work. We are releasing AI Assist as a beta, and if your company is interested in being a part of that beta, there's a sign-up form linked right here in the webinar, somewhere here or there, maybe. Your feedback during the beta will directly shape how this feature evolves, so we'd love to have you along for the ride. If you have any questions about the feature, the beta, or anything else, that just drop them in the chat and I'll do my best to answer them right now. And yeah, I mean this chat, not to the AI Assist chat. It would probably do a decent job too, but here in the webinar chat. Other than that, thanks for joining and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.